Income Disclosure Notice. Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business, and some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com.
All right, with that, we're going to dive right into the presentation. But before I get into this, I think it's fair anytime someone listens to someone present any kind of a business, I think it's important that you know a little bit about the person you're listening to. I mentioned early on, my name is Steve Carter. I've actually been in this industry of direct sales or network marketing for over 22 years. And I've been full-time for 21 of those 22 years. And I share that only because I want you to understand that I do have some experience in this. And with that experience, we've created some pretty significant success over 2 decades. I've earned millions and millions of dollars in personal income. I don't say that from an arrogant space at all. I say that just as factual backstory so that those of you that are listening may take it very seriously that you can get involved in something like this and completely change your life. And so I want to get into exactly what happened and how I ended up getting here, because with 22 years in the industry, I knew not only what to look for in a business like this, but I also knew what to look out for. And I got a phone call not long ago. It was January of 2007. And this phone call was from a gentleman named Mr. Mike Sims. And the reason that I took the call very seriously is because his reputation already preceded himself. He's an industry giant. I've known of Mike for at least 10 years. A lot of the top earners know each other, but we've developed a friendship over the last few years that really grew closely. And he called and said, "Look, Steve, I've got something I want to share with you." And I took it very seriously. And when I got the information, first thing I said to Mike Sims was, if this thing is everything that it's saying it is, this is special. And he said, "Absolutely, man." And I think from two individuals that have multiple decades of a perspective on something, we can clearly see something that looks good. And so I want to go through the information about the company World Global Network and really give you some details in regards to what's in it for you. Why would you want to do something like that? Why would you want to get involved? If you're already working a job, whatever your situation is, let me explain to you how powerful this is. Now, before we get into the particulars about the company, let's look at the slide that's up on the screen right now. A very recognizable face that we're all familiar with, Mr. Bill Gates, where there's a statement or a quote right there that I want everybody to take the time to read. It says that the secret of success in business is in detecting where the world will go and getting there first. Let me tell you, there is no better example of that other than this particular company, in my opinion. We are absolutely in an industry where we believe we are first. Now, what do I mean? There is an industry that I was not really aware of. Obviously, I had heard of it, but I was not involved. I had no knowledge of the magnitude of it, and the industry is called the wearable technology industry. Wearable tech, what is that? These are devices that human beings wear that actually can monitor what's going on within the body. And so I've heard of Fitbit, I've heard of Garmin, I just had never worn one. So when I got that phone call in January of 2017, I had no idea that the previous year, if you look at what's taken place, if you just look at this slide, there's some bullet points that really will open your eyes, at least it should, as it did for me. I look at what Forbes is stating, that the wearable tech industry is going to be a $34 billion industry by 2020. And obviously, at the time of this live presentation, that is less than 2.5 years from right now. And so when you think about that, Time Magazine, look right in the middle, says that the wearable tech industry will change your life, like it or not. I didn't know that. And when I start looking at the real numbers, I really got excited about this because, as I mentioned, 2017 was when I first started kind of diving deeper into what is the industry all about, what is it producing. No idea that the previous year, 2016, the industry generated $14 billion in revenue. That's because 123 million people, not me not being one of them, were wearing some form of a wearable device like this here. And I wasn't one of them, obviously. But 123 million people sounds like a lot. But relatively speaking, when there's 350 million people just in the United States, 7.5 billion people around the world, that means this is a trend that's at the very beginning. And when I look at the fact that it's going to go from last year being 14 billion to now looking at what Forbes and Time are saying, that it's going to be estimated at 34 billion by 2020, 2.5 years from now, that is a $20 billion growth in 2.5 years. That's revenue that I had no idea was going through an industry. But the bigger thing I want you to understand is we are excited about the fact that we are going to get a piece of this industry. Because when you think about World Global Network, we have a flagship product called the Helo LX. Helo just stands for Health and Lifestyle Oracle. It does all of the things that these bands that people are familiar with, like Fitbit and like Garmin and Samsung, they do the heart rate and the breath rate and all those things. Our band does that as well. But what separates us and puts us apart from any other is the unlimited possibility because we've launched something called a Helo App Store. So just like the Apple App Store that started out with about 800 apps and today it's over 2.5 million apps, well, we have the same potential for different applications to be designed and created to work with our device. So that's powerful because it really separates us from these other bands that may have 6 capabilities or 5 functionalities. We've got unlimited capabilities and functionalities just based on exactly the fact that we have the Helo App Store. Some of the up and coming apps that the functions that we're going to have that we're already very aware of include alcohol monitoring. That means your blood alcohol levels. How about also your blood sugar levels? How about also fitness and GPS tracking? And right now, another aspect of what separates us is the band right now today does blood pressure, your current real-time blood pressure, and a real-time EKG. No other band that I'm aware of is doing that currently at the time of me giving this presentation. So when you think about that, and some of the other things that come along with that, like the germanium stones, which just adds antioxidant into the body. You can add those stones onto the band, and that relieves pain and relieves stiffness and increases your blood circulation. So germanium, which we have 99% germanium stones on that you can add on if you choose to, that's powerful to just give the body what it needs. Now, the other thing that's cool is, depending on the color that you're wearing, well, you can pick a different color band to add to your Helo. So that's pretty cool as well. Now, I'm also excited from the fact that we are starting to get major media recognition. Fox News. We actually were featured at the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, which is the largest electronics show in the world. It's an annual convention taking place in Las Vegas every year. And Toshiba, who actually makes the nano chip that goes on our device that reads the organs on the inside of the body, Toshiba created it where they featured our Helo at that conference at the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. So that's powerful. We've been on Fox News, and we were just recently featured on the Today Show. Carson Daly actually was wearing a Helo. Also, CBS News just did a report. And another news company called Wink News, they just did one. So we're getting a lot of media press right now to where individuals are starting to hear about it. And even those news reporters, what I noticed was each of them said, wow, that's pretty cool. I think I need to get one of those. So this is something that you don't have to be necessarily good at selling to someone because it sells itself just based on what it does. Now, when I talk about $20 billion in revenue, that's going up for grabs. Respectfully, we have to understand something because I've had some people say, well, Steve, you know, I've never heard of that company. And saying it as though that would give them a reason to say, well, why would I buy that band that I don't know about? I don't know the brand. So they'd rather go get a Fitbit, which, by the way, they have no direct link to that either. It's just a little more popular because it's been out longer. But the one thing that I always like to point out in a very respectful way, Fitbit is not sharing any revenue. Neither is Garmin, neither is Samsung. They don't have a compensation plan. And when you look at the rankings of the amount of devices being sold by major companies out here, look at where, if you look at this chart, World Global Network is number 4. And that's as of today. We're planning on being number 2 by the end of 2017. So we're not just in this space. We are going to be a major player in the space. That means that $20 billion that's up for grabs, we will get a nice piece of market share of that. And not only that, but we have an opportunity for everybody listening under the sound of my voice or watching this video. You have an opportunity to get a piece of this revenue. Now, we also have some other products like BioZen, which this reduces the radioactive smog, the radiation that comes off of our electrical devices like a smartphone or a tablet or a laptop or a desktop computer or a router. So we've got a device that's a little sticker that you can put on any of these electronic devices, and it reduces, if not eliminates, the electrosmog that comes off of it. We know this stuff is not good for our brain, but we still use our phones every single day. So this is a powerful product. Now, mentioning the phone, we're launching our own and first of its kind Infolio. Excuse me. And this Infolio has the BioZen Shield technology built into it. That simply means that for the first time, there's a phone that you can hand to a baby and have no worries about the radiation that comes off of that phone. So that's launching as well. And so this company is innovative, all from the brainchild of the CEO, Mr. Fabio Galdi, that's up on the screen here. Now, CEO and President Fabio Galdi, when I first met him back in February, I'm telling you, I told my wife, I called her right after the initial meeting that Mike Sims set up for me, and I said, babe, I honestly feel like I just had a meeting with someone on the level of Elon Musk or Steve Jobs, rest in peace. But I'm telling you right now, I believe that this company is going in the direction of some of these giants that I just named. And I will tell you this, we've got the partnerships and the people on board to do it. Our COO and co-founder, Alessandro Senatore, who's the mastermind behind the compensation. Mr. Antonio DeRosa, who's our chief design officer, who had some ideas about what was going to come out with Apple prior to it coming out, and that ended up happening. So we've got the best of the best on board. And the company is getting all the recognition that it deserves. But there's an indirect way that we believe is a strong exit strategy as well, which is people can get a piece of the publicly traded company that designs the Hilo called World Media and Technology. There is a stock play here, folks, to where not only can you purchase stock now, but the company's putting some things in place for those of us that are building a network and selling these devices through 195 countries. They're putting together certain amounts of shares that will be granted to individuals that hit different ranks in our company. The share price is continuing to point north, and we know that if we do our job, it is a logical assumption that the share price is going to continue to go up. But not only that, I mentioned earlier that we are able to market this. Our playground, our playing field, is 195 countries around the globe. I've been in network marketing, as I mentioned earlier, 22 years. I have never been with a company that was in more than maybe 5 or 6, maybe 7 countries at best. And I was excited about that possibility because that still meant I can earn international money. But the reality is 7 is not on the level of 195. That means that there are only a few countries that we don't do business in. So what is your playing field? The entire globe of 195 countries. So with the inception of the internet, we have the ability at our fingertips to reach out to anybody around the world to let them know about a product that's a disruptive product, category creator that most people haven't heard of. And when they hear about it, they're excited even if they don't fully understand it. So you don't have to become really good at sales in order to get someone to at least be interested in listening or watching a video or looking at it. So now, The success that's coming out of this is what also grabbed my attention. You're looking at the master global distributors, which is Nat and Shanita. And, they've become dear friends of mine. And not only that, they're the number 4 money earners in the entire industry of network marketing. Folks, I want to give you a perspective on that. There are over 10,000 network marketing companies around the globe, and there's a ranking of the top 200 in the world. And we've got 11 people from our company in the top 200. And Nat and Shanita are number 4 in the world. And so not only do I have a tremendous amount of respect for them, but I've also grown a friendship with them as well. And it's a wonderful thing to rub elbows with individuals that are doing something big. And just by learning and actually duplicating their efforts and doing exactly what they're doing, the odds of getting the same type of results go much, much higher. So now there are 7 components, key components that we believe that when you're analyzing or evaluating a business, no matter what business that is, you need to consider these things. We've talked about the power of this company. We've talked about the uniqueness of the product. We've talked about just where the timing is. This product has only been out since September of 2016. So at the time of this live presentation, this is not even a 1-year-old product. So when people ask, is this ground floor? They get a little off when I say nope. Because my reality is it's mud level. It has not even surfaced to the ground yet. So this is powerful. Timing and the trends are perfect. It's like a perfect storm. Not only that, but you got the team. We've got so many industry giants, people that are considered legends in this business. Those of us that have earned millions and millions of dollars in network marketing. It's amazing. The analogy I like to use is that I love the NBA. I love watching basketball. I love picking teams and things like that. I enjoy that as recreational time. However, what's really exciting is that one game throughout the entire year. It's the All-Star game. And the reason I'm talking about the team here is because what I see here at World Global Network is I see an all-star team of professional networkers all playing on the same squad. How on God's green earth can we lose? We won't. And I can also tell you the management team, I was super impressed. And the comp plan, the fact that there are millions. Now, we ran the income disclaimer, but there are millions of dollars being earned already from people that have been in this business. So we know that everything's in place, but I want to break it down to you how simple the comp plan is, how simple it is to get involved, and how simple of a process that we have. So there are 3 choices when you're considering whether or not this is something you want to become a part of. That is up to you. Our job is to just share the information, do what you want with it. So you've got 3 choices, A, B, or C. A, you want to just enroll in the customer referral program, meaning you'd like to market this device because it's pretty cool and you know that there's some people that might want to buy it. And if they do, you get paid. B is that you might say, well, you know what? I don't just want to market this thing. I'd rather have the device. So I want to buy the device. I don't want to just market it. So you might say, I'm going to buy the device. Let me start there. And you come in become a customer and purchase the device. But many of you, if you're thinking like me and many others, you're going to say, I like option C. Option C is become a customer and become a part of the customer referral program. That means get the device or multiple devices for yourself, as well as market this to as many people as you can. Excuse me, I've got a little cold I'm battling. Now, there are 3 steps to success in this business when starting out. And this is simple. If you've chosen option C, here's the 3 steps to your success. Step number 1, pick a bundle. Now, you can either get the personal bundle, it's $350. You'll get 1 helo, you'll get 1 multicolored band set, and you'll get the germanium stones that come with it. Package all together, $350. Great if you're looking to just become a customer. In my opinion, if you're looking to build the business, again, in my opinion, then I say look at the family pack or better. Because I believe it's important. First of all, you get a bit of a discount on each helo if you buy it in bulk, but also you have inventory on hand so that when the normal shipping process takes maybe 10 to 14 days for a brand new person to receive their initial device, I like for people to start to get excited and create their momentum right out of the gate. So let me tell you how I operate. When I bring someone into this business and they buy into a pack, they get their family pack or whatever they choose, I will say, listen, let me send you one of my helos that's unopened, brand new, still in the box. And when you get yours, just send it back to me, because I know I can get the helo to them in the next couple days, and they don't have to sit around for 13, 14 days to receive their device. And I let them know, when you get yours, just send it back to me. Send one of the new ones back to me. No problem. But that creates momentum, which in my opinion is critical in business. So I tell people, look, you want to start at the family pack or higher if you plan on building the business and actually generating income. Family pack is $1,349. With tax and shipping, it's about $1,500. And then you got the premium bundle, which is right about $2,000, $1,999. But you get 6 helos, 6 multicolored band packs, 6 germanium packs, and 6 BioZen chips. So you get the premium bundle by choosing that. So now, that would be step number 1, is just figure out what's best for you and pick one of the bundles. That's step 1, pick a bundle. Step 2, we want to help you get at least your first 2 customers or customer referral people in the business or involved. So let's use the example that you find 2 people that say, I want to come in and I want to purchase the family pack. Well, when you do that, if you get those, you actually go right to the highest commission payout, which is 20%. If those first 2 people start anything less than the family pack, then once you get 2 people in place, you've got 10% commissions that are guaranteed to pay you out in what's called your lesser leg. We'll teach you that stuff later. But the reality is you start at 10%. But now let me ask you a rhetorical question. What sounds better to you, 10% or 20%? Obviously 20, it's double. So if you get people started at the family pack on your left side and your right side, and they both start at the family pack or higher, you've already hit your 20% commission, which only needs to qualify one time. You need to accomplish that one time, and you are permanently locked at 20%. I couldn't believe that when I first heard that, because I'm thinking most companies you have to qualify monthly, or at least you got to do something annually. This one time, you're locked in 20% forever. Now, that's number 2, is get your 2 people and get them in position, and that's step number 2. Step 3, the final of the 3 simple steps to success, is get your 2 people to get their 2 people. That's it. So you want to pick a bundle, get 2, and help the 2 get their 2. And that is everything, because once you help the 2 get their 2, you're going to hit a position called team developer, and that's just the structure. And we'll teach you how simple that can happen. But once you get that done, you open up to all the benefits that the comp plan is willing to pay out. You get the matching bonuses, the diamond holidays, the jewelry bonuses, the exclusive president experiences. Everything opens up. You start getting recognized for rank. All of that happens when you become a team developer, which is step 3 of the 3 steps. So that's a simple process to get started. And these matching bonuses can actually go down through 10 levels. So it's powerful to know that you can have all of this just by accomplishing something that we believe, regardless of whether you've had experience or none whatsoever, we can help you do it. But here's the most exciting part of this. Your entire operating overhead, your cost of doing business is a whopping, and I say that sarcastically, a whopping $59 per month. Now, I'm telling you right now, as an astute business owner that has been doing business for 20 plus years, I have never, and I mean that, never been in a business where my overhead, my operating costs was $60. Never. And I've run some pretty successful businesses in my day. So I want you to understand that for $59, not only is that a steal in terms of what it costs to run a multi-million-dollar business that has no limitations whatsoever. Obviously, you got to put in the work and dedication. But for $59, you also get value just for that. First of all, it'll actually cover the Pro app on your smartphone for your devices, at up to 5 devices that you have. Also, it'll put you on the protection plan after 3 consecutive months of being on the loyalty membership. Then, here's what I love. every time you pay $59, that means you're on the loyalty plan. You're a loyal member. You pay $59, the company immediately gives you back $75 in loyalty points. What do we mean by $75? Store credit. So let me get this straight. I pay $59 and I get $75 back. I don't care how you slice it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist thought to say that's a $16 profit every time I pay it. Absolutely correct. So you can go buy whatever you want in the store when you accumulate these points. So it's like Sky Miles and stuff. You can get real free tickets. You know, that's what happens in Sky Miles. So that's just the comparison I'm using. But then also what I love is this 1% money box, which means 1% of your lesser legs volume is banked. And as long as you pay that loyalty for 12 consecutive months, you can't have a break in paying. Then at the end of the year, they take the total accumulated amount of revenue that is 1% of your volume in your lesser leg, and they pay that out to you in the form of a commission. So folks, more than likely, that will wipe out everything you paid every month for the whole year anyway. Not to mention, you already capitalizing $16 in store credit profit every time you pay it. So I tell my team members very respectfully, if you're not paying your $59 loyalty, you're losing money. It does not make business sense to do that. Now, in wrapping up, the success that we have is incredible. I've gotten the good fortune and the pleasure of meeting all the individuals up on this screen here. The gentleman on the right here, Mr. Mike Sims, is the person that put the phone call into me. I received his phone call, and that's the reason I'm in this business today. And I'm so excited about some of the other leaders as well that have capitalized on some of the perks that come with this company, like the supercar program, where a Rolls-Royce, two Lamborghini Aventadors were given out, the Porsche, the Mercedes. This was just part of a car bonus program that they ran for a short period of time. Now, you might be saying, oh man, why did they stop it? How about they replaced it with something far more exciting than a car, which is a jet program. So anybody that hits a position called president, millionaire, and above will get a 1-year membership to unlimited flights with this particular company for 1 whole year. Folks, that is going to be a game changer in our industry. I can just imagine taking flights to go sit down with some of my key people that want to really look at this and allowing them to hop on the jet with us, and maybe we hit Vegas and sit down and talk for the evening, get back on the jet, take that person home, and then head back to Dallas. It's going to be an incredible experience, and I'm telling you, this company does things first class. So if you recap everything, we don't have any competition. There's no joining fee because the amount you're paying is you're buying your Helo devices. Not only that, you qualify for the commissions one time. You don't have ongoing chargebacks. There's no monthly shipping charges every single month. It's a category creator because no one else has this, and those that do aren't paying. We're in 195 countries, so your playground or your playing field is the world. 21% payout in our binary structure. You can earn up to $600,000 a week based on hard work and dedication. And we've got people that are actually getting close to hitting that, which is insane in a good way. Then you've got the check match that goes down 10 different levels, diamond trips and things that we've already experienced, which are incredible. And then the USA publicly traded company where you can start purchasing stocks on the ticker symbol WRMT. You can get that stock right now, and I encourage you to do so. And we've got an unbelievable retention rate. So people that are on that loyalty, why would they ever get off of the loyalty when they get so much value back? And here's what we also know, that the loyalty of all the people that are in your network, when they pay that loyalty, there's a $6 residual that kicks up through the organization. So every single one of you that builds a team, think about another $6 coming in on every single person that's a loyalty member with this company. That can add up to thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars if done correctly. And of course, hard work and dedication. We ran the income disclosure. Now, not only that, but this is a simple business. It's extremely lucrative, and you've got to make whatever decision is right for you and your family, and I'm okay with that because here's what I know. I've done this type of presentation thousands of times in my career, and I'll tell you this. Every single time I do, there are 3 types of people that look at this type of a business. And 3 types of people are more than likely on here tonight. Number 1, Steve, we could have stopped 15 minutes ago. I'm in. This makes sense. I've never seen this. This is awesome. Let's roll. I say to them, congratulations. Welcome to the family. Let's change some lives. Number 2, person says, you know what, Steve, I've got some questions. No problem. Let's get all your questions answered. We want you to be excited and understand every aspect of what you need to understand to make an educated decision to move forward or not. It's up to you. But we don't want you getting in nervous and scared. We want you to get all your questions answered. Then you unbelievably, believe it or not, we have those individuals that say, this isn't for me. And I've responded to those individuals the same way for 20 plus years, which is God bless you. We appreciate you taking time on the call. Because here's what I do know is that anytime I hear someone that says this isn't for them, I know for a fact it is one of 4 reasons that they're thinking of why it will not work for them. Number 1, they didn't understand it. Number 2, they don't believe what we're saying. Number 3, they don't feel like they have time to fit this in. Or number 4, which is most prevalent, is that they don't have any money. And I'm telling you, in 22 years of me doing this type of business, I've never seen an excuse come in the form of something different than one of those 4. Those are the only reasons people don't get in something like this. And I can tell you, those are not real reasons to not do it. Because number 1, if you didn't understand it, don't worry about that. Earn while you learn. Lean on us for the knowledge of how to. And as you're doing this and learning, you're earning at the same time. Second, person says, I don't believe it. It's an easy fix now. We just say Google us. Go check us out. Come back and see us. We'll still be rocking and rolling. They don't believe us. I didn't know that people had 123 million people wearing a Fitbit in 2016. That didn't mean it wasn't happening. Number 3 person. I don't know if I have time, Mr. Carter. That's one that I always respectfully answer and say, listen, it's not that we don't have time, because it is inarguable that we all have 24 hours in a day. So don't ever say we don't have time. It's how are we allocating our time? Most people are busy, but they're not busy doing the things they want to do. And most people are busy and still not making their ends meet. And so if you're busy, how about putting something like this in place where you become completely leveraged on an unlimited amount of people that we can teach you how to build, and it gives you your time back. I've not punched a clock or worked a job since 1998. That was 21 years ago. 1990 or 19 years ago, whatever it is. That was a long time ago. That's when I walked away from my job. And I am unemployable and mentally unfit to ever punch a clock because of what I know today. I will always run a business, and I will always run a business that allows me to become leveraged and also has a residual income component to it, because that's where money's coming in, and even when you're not working for it, it continues to work for you. And then last but not least, we got people that say they just don't have the money. My response is always respectfully, great. Does that mean you're getting in? Because I need to know how they think. Because don't ever let the lack of money stop you from making money. Don't ever let the reason to do something be your reason or excuse not to. If right now $1,500 is an issue, let's just fix that problem. And look, you have to ask yourself very respectfully, and I don't mean it condescendingly at all, but if $1,500 is a problem in your life right now, let's just be thankful that you got on this webinar. There's no judgment from us, because let's help you fix that issue. Because how long has that been an issue, and what are you going to do to fix it? And I always tell people, look, I'm not saying World Global Network is the only thing that you should ever look at to save your financial situation. But I am saying, if not this, okay, then you tell me what. If not now, then you tell me when. And if not you, then you tell me who. Who is going to take advantage or take the ball and run with it on your behalf to change your family's life? I don't think that there's anybody more responsible to do that other than the person that looks back at you in the mirror. So I'm here to tell you, make a decision, because making a decision now versus later can be a world of a benefit, and later versus now can be a world of a business blunder, because in our business, people are coming in every day. And based on our binary structure, if you don't get in position, there are people that I'm sure you know that are going to be getting in this thing, and they're going to end up above you versus below you. And that's an irreversible mistake that can never change. And I'm telling you, having the right kind of person underneath you and in your group can make you millions of dollars if they are the right people. So let's have some fun. Let's band together. We are all in this as one unified organization. There's no egos on this team. We got each other's back, and we get ready to dominate not just world in a wonderful way, but we're going to dominate the world at the same time. So God bless all of you. Thank you for your time. Thanks to all the diamonds. Thank you, Mike, for your support and everything you've done for the organization. You're the reason we're all in this particular company. We don't take that for granted. God bless you guys. This is Steve Carter. I'm signing off.